Long time no see. But we're here for a long time, not a good time, so that's all right. Right? Who's ready to tweak out with me on a Friday in December? It's our first in history Friday live stream in December. Because this channel's less than a year old. So welcome in, welcome in. Figured I'd shoot a little live stream for the peeps. Give you an update on my progress. I am currently in a town called Hinton, Alberta. So just a few miles west of Edmonton. So I left Edmonton this morning. Spent way too much time in Edmonton, but it's all good. And so we're making progress towards the British Columbia border. So again, a few more miles away. Just made a fuel stop here. And so yeah, let's see. I saw you guys last in, did I do a live stream in Edmonton? I can't even remember. I know I did one when I was leaving Winnipeg. So. But anyways, we got to Edmonton. Let's think now. Monday night. I'm thinking Monday night. Yeah, I left Winnipeg Sunday. Made it to Yorkton, Saskatchewan, and then carried on from Yorkton to Edmonton on Monday. So I got into Edmonton Monday night, and kind of realized I need to make some upgrades to the trailer. So I'll kind of go through what I've been doing as far as equipment upgrades. And then while I was in Edmonton, Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this morning, it's been snowing pretty much every day, just a little bit. And I was hoping for dry roads from Edmonton all the way into my destination in British Columbia, but through the mountains and everything, it was looking like snow or mixed precipitation, snow and rain and sleet forecast pretty much every day. So I decided while I was in Edmonton I was going to pick up some snow tires for the truck, which I did. I grabbed them on Wednesday afternoon, and they were used snow tires, but they'll get me to where I need to go. And they were mounted on Ford 8-bolt steel rims. So I just had to pull my old rims off and stick these ones on, and they were ready to go. But I was finding that my trailer axle was bent, and I kind of knew it was going to need replacing, but I figured I'll just proceed and see how far we go, how far we can get with the trailer as is. But I kind of realized when I got to Edmonton, I need to replace the thing. So headed down to Princess Auto, which is kind of the Canadian version of Harbor Freight. Purchased an axle. Found out that the leaf spring pads welded to the axle were at the incorrect distance to fit on my leaf springs. So I ended up having to take the axle into a welding shop, got them to relocate my leaf pad springs. So that was done yesterday. I got some new 8-ply tires for the trailer as well. And then I bought some extra springs just in case. I mean, the springs that are on here are okay, but when I decide to go and sell this trailer, I'll put the new springs on, sell it with essentially a brand new suspension with new tires. However soon or late I decide to sell that little enclosed trailer behind us. So But the rig has held up good. The animals have been holding up good. Like, look how excited Max is. I mean, he is just pumped. And then Pepper is just stinking up this place. You remember that show Friends and Phoebe, and she had that song Smelly Cat? I think that was about this cat. What are they feeding you, man? So yeah, I picked up Pepper like a week ago from the old farmstead in Grunthal, and I don't remember you being this rotten. Like, you are foul, boy. You're pretty and all, but ye gods, I don't know what to say. Like, you're just gagging us all out here. But in any case, smelly cats aside, we're making progress today. So the expectation is to get to Clearwater, BC, somewhere around nightfall. So that's another 4 or 5 hours away. So I better start this rig up and get going. I got my chips for lunch and some cookies for dessert. We're just flying. There's a nice looking family restaurant at the Esso station here, but I want to make some time. And I want to make sure I get ahead of any bad weather that may or may not be coming. I see there was some more snowfall forecast through the mountains. I left Edmonton. The first hour out of Edmonton was pretty dicey roads, pretty slick in some places. But with the snow tires on, it's doable. So we're prepared for pretty much the worst, right, Max? He said, "Of course, boss." But yeah, just wanted to bring you guys up to speed. So whoever's in here, I don't know if there's any comments going. Oh, Dad's here, Jody's here. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Who else is here? That's it so far. So good to see you as always. Just quick comment on, I don't talk a lot of politics on this show. Planned stops along the way. Just probably one more fuel stop between here and Clearwater. I'll be going through Jasper National Park, and I don't want to pay the admission fee, so I'm just gonna truck on through. Jasper, as you may or may not know, is the resort town at the center of the national park that the federal government let burn half of it to the ground like 2 summers ago, or three summers ago. Basically, the place was on fire, and they didn't allow locals to help fight the fires. They basically chased everybody out of town and just let half the town burn down. So interesting policy decision there. And it's a national park, so it was kind of federal jurisdiction, or a federal decision on what to do about it. And what they decided to do about it was just let it run wild. So, but yeah, I don't talk a ton of politics here, but just want to make you aware there's an interesting development in our parliament in Ottawa, Ontario, which is our capital. And there's a bill called C9, which is an anti-hate speech bill. And essentially they're trying to criminalize even criticism of the sitting government. So I think it was either being voted on yesterday or sometime, well, today's Friday. I don't know if they're going to sit through the weekend, but it's going to be up for vote, and there were amendments to it, but they want to criminalize certain passages of the Bible and criminalize criticism of the government. So I wanted to do just a quick torture test, see how quickly I get canceled or arrested. And so very clearly, I just want to state to the government, you suck. You're all a bunch of little bitches. Get wrecked. So yeah, there you have it. I mean, a well-reasoned, concise criticism of the government, and so we'll see what the authorities do with that. But yeah, go eat a bag of dicks, all of you. Good for nothing, tax leeches. You're parasites. We don't want you. Go away. What's the matter? You is awake and smiling. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's things on the left coast there? Sorry, Dad. Sorry to keep you waiting. Spark up. Spark 'em up. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, as the saying goes. Oh yeah, I got my coffee. I got my puppy. I got my kitty. And yeah. What I don't got is the truck turned on. So we'll just leave this on for a while. Or maybe not. Like it's kind of dicey driving. I don't want to get literally distracted by comments, but we're inching closer and closer to our destination. So I wanted to do live streams from Edmonton, but the whole time there kind of sucked. Like I was busy the whole time, and it didn't make sense to stop what I was doing and kind of like it was just between buying axles and taking axles to welding shops and shopping for trailer tires and meeting with some family. I got to meet with a few folks out there, so that was nice. But Edmonton, I don't particularly like Alberta. Hinton is nice place. I could see myself living in a place like this. Very white collar, or no, not white collar, very blue collar, like industrial logging town. There's mining going on. There's some tourism, sure. It's just kind of on the doorstep of Jasper National Park. But it's kind of got this homey feel. I like it. It's right nestled near to the mountains. So we're going to be hitting Rocky Mountain territory real soon. Well, Jasper, I think, is kind of in a valley. I can't be sure, but I'm not no geometry expert or nothing. But yeah, I kind of have a place in my heart for Hinton. There's a couple of places in Alberta I could tolerate living, but I was saying to a friend of mine yesterday, I mean, there's only one town I hate more than Winnipeg, and that's Calgary, Alberta. And there's only one place I hate more than Calgary, Alberta, and that's Edmonton, Alberta. Like, it just, did not enjoy the whole week-long experience in Edmonton. I'm sorry to say. I cannot warm up to that place. Hey, leave that alone, buddy. Max. Oh, I gotta throw something at that cat. Hey, stop it. I just threw a nickel at him. Get away from that. Obedience training. Not a big Edmonton fan. No. I don't know what it is. Like I guess if I had to live there, I'd make do, but it's very busy. Like it's like the whole town is always under construction. So it's fine that they're making upgrades, but it's like the upgrades don't improve anything. Like the gridlock there was crazy. Like I complained about rush hour traffic in Winnipeg. I mean, we were literally just sitting in traffic on I think it was Wednesday afternoon. I needed to get somewhere. My iPhone said I could get there in 18 minutes, and it took an hour and a half. Was not amused, to say the least. And as promised, I got CDs to show you. I'll just give you a sneak peek. I'll just give you a teaser, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. But this is a CD made by one former Pink Floyd member, Raja Wattas, called "Is This the Life We Really Want?" And it's interesting. I've had it in the CD player for quite a few miles here. Just listening to it over and over. I both like and dislike Roger's take on certain matters, so it's interesting to familiarize myself with his songwriting. I had never even heard of this album, but I found it at a used record store in Winnipeg, low those many weeks ago that I rolled into town. Yeah, it was kind of a week and a half in Winnipeg, which was longer than I expected. Oh, it was almost 2 weeks in Winnipeg, pretty much. And then this whole week in Edmonton, so not making as fast progress as I had hoped, but I'm not really under any schedule to be anywhere other than I wanted to drive in the most advantageous weather conditions. But now that the vehicle is all solid, I feel better making this last leg of the journey through the mountaintops. Skipping across the mountaintops, right, Max? One thing in Edmonton, Max got a charge of is there's jackrabbits everywhere, like right in the middle of town. So Max got to tweak out on some jackrabbits. Joe the Ho in the house. How do you feel about Regina or I missed that? Let's see. Medicine Hat. Hate Medicine Hat. Regina. I mean, if I was dying of cancer and Regina was the only town that had a treatment, I guess I'd go there, but don't particularly care for Regina. Like, what's there to do there? It's cold. It's like Winnipeg Junior. Cold, snowy, depressing. And like Edmonton is kind of a sister city with Winnipeg as well. Like big Ukrainian population there. And yeah, just some of these major centers in Canada are not a fan. I'm gonna stick with John Denver and say, thank God I'm a country boy. Work is the only thing I know what to do. Yeah, well, I guess if you had a really sweet opportunity in Regina, go for it. But yeah, there's not a ton I'd want to be doing in Regina. Like it's just on the baldest of the bald ass prairie. And coming from Winnipeg, that's saying a lot. Like the kind of farming I like is, a little bit of silvopasture, some bushland, some pasture land, some hay land. You can raise some sheep and cattle and chickens like I was. Well, Regina is just grain fields, like cereal crops and oil crops. There's some potash production out there. But yeah, I have no real connection to Regina. And Medicine Hat, it just stinks. Well, even on the way to Edmonton here, you just smell the oil fields. It's like, I have nothing against burning oil in my vehicles, but I don't want to be smelling that all the time. That's one of those smells I wouldn't want to get used to. Just kind of objectionable. So yeah, I'm more for the fresh air of the white potash. Yeah, maybe stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I think potash is used for making coke, like for iron smelting. Like not that kind of coke. We don't talk about that kind of stuff on this channel. I know what you were thinking. And for fertilizer, so we do talk about fertilizer on this channel somewhat. We do talk a lot of bullshit too. the oil fields are the only place you can make decent money. I don't know. I guess define decent. I mean, I'm kind of the mind. I don't need a lot. Don't want a lot. I don't expect to sit on a pile of money and grow old. I kind of have the attitude I'm going to be working until the day I die, and that's sort of been the plan. There's never been a retirement fund or a retirement plan. The idea just doesn't compute with me. So pension or stuff like that. Don't have many skills. Yeah, like the oil fields are a great opportunity. Like you can essentially get trained up to make a career. Doesn't you could do seasonal work in the oil fields or the oil sands up here. But that never really appealed to me to go work on the rigs or work in that kind of mining or drilling operations. Good work for lots of people that are employed in that sector, but never attracted me. There was a lot of associated trades that moved. I guess Fort McMurray is the big oil production center here, and I was working with a contractor in Winnipeg. He was a heating and ventilating guy, and he moved from Winnipeg to Fort McMurray, and it's kind of like he was hinting, he was like, you can come too. I was like, no, I was not interested. The ashtray is getting a little funky looking. Maybe that's what stinks. Those cigarette butts. But yeah, all the construction needed to house workers, and like Fort McMurray is one of the fastest growing centers in Canada because of the need for all that oil field production. But never had any appeal for me. Brandon Mitchell in the house. Well, good morning. Let's see. Yeah, the double Vulcan. What is this greeting? Is it this way or this way? I know this greeting, and it's palm towards you, but that's not at you, Brandon. That's just a side note. So let's see what you got. Well, yeah, Williston, Regina. Yeah, the 8 tracks are gone. Portland, yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Portland either. I'm not sure why you're still there. I thought, didn't you move to Montana yet, or like what's going on? I had a buddy with a CDL. Made $15K in 2 weeks. That was in North Dakota, but he was working crazy hours, yeah. Double Nanu. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, did I make this comment before? Nanu is a reference to Mork and Mindy, Mork from Ork. Who remembers that show? Who remembers Mork and Mindy? Well, I was like, Robin Williams back in the day. I mean, that was so outrageous, his performative style. I don't know how much was improvisation, but I know 95% of it was cocaine. Like that. Nanu. Yeah, just thinking back on some of these Hollywood wild guys, and I mean, maybe it was all natural, but I think Robin had a little bit of more than mother's little helper there. But anyways, let's get the shit show on the road. It's 1 o'clock here already. Gotta make some miles here. I'll just keep you propped up here for a few minutes. I don't know if we're going to see comments. It's time to go. Back onto the Yellowhead Highway. The highway's been half decent. The roads in Edmonton are just as bad as anywhere. They're bad as they are in Winnipeg, and like I said, there's so much construction that they're doing, trying to convert their highway system into a proper freeway, but it's almost a self-defeating thing in that they work on a project for years and years and years, and then after it's done, it's not much better than what they replaced, in my opinion. I hope I can get back to the highway this way. Oh yeah, there's a few little fancy schmancy resorts here. This is the Kanata. We got a water slide. Let's see, show you. Let's flip this around. There's the town. So I mean, they got all the regular franchises and chains, but kind of a nice area. I like it. So yeah, if I was forced to live in Alberta at kind of the threat of bodily violence, I'd put Hinton down as one of the candidates where I could tolerate living. I don't know what the economy is like here, but it's not a nice area. I'm sure the town folk are all wonderful people too. And here we go, back on the Yellowhead, Highway 16. In Jasper in another 45 minutes to an hour. And then beyond the national park, it's going to be British Columbia border. And then making our way likely to Clearwater, BC. I think that's about as far as I can get tonight, or as far as I want to. And I did want to check out an RV park there. So yeah, here's the view, so you can see the mountains coming into view. Unlike Calgary, from Edmonton you can't see the mountains at all. And so I'm about 2 hours west of Edmonton already, maybe a little more. Yeah, the countryside is getting a lot prettier the farther I go west. There's not much to see in Edmonton that's remarkable in any way. I mean, there's the West Edmonton Mall, but who cares about malls anymore? When was the last time any of you went to a mall? Hinton seems like it's still got some stuff going on here. A lot of these towns, they just kind of become the land that time forgot, but Hinton seems to be growing since the last time I was here. It's been a long time since I've been through here. Like 20 years, maybe longer. a nice place, in my humble opinion. And then there was a badger sighting the other day. December 1st was a badger birthday, so there was a quick badger cast. So that was nice to see. Old Bowski back on the YouTubes. And eagerly await the next badger sighting. And then I got to get in touch with Friends and Code. Start making arrangements for my UK Voodoo Piggy delivery. I have no idea where I should get him to send it at this point. I don't want him to send it back to Manitoba, so let's see if I can get him to send it somewhere up here in British Columbia. Anyone repost the stream? As in restreaming the leech? I don't know about that. Do not know about that, but it was a birthday stream, lots of birthday TTSs. And then my membership, my Smurfwatch membership renewed, so I think I'm a 8th month sucker, scam victim. I'll have to check. I kind of lost count. See, I started April 1st. So. April Fool's Day was when I started my Smurfwatch memberships for only $49.99 US dollar, plus fees, plus tariffs. You too could be a Smurfwatch member. I think it helps the badger out, those memberships. If you want to help a poor Vietnamese veteran, not from the Vietnam War, but from Vietnam, who was Americanized, served in the military, and is currently a Vietnamese veteran of the American military, become a Smurfwatch member. It's not that scammy, really. There's emotes. I don't even really feel that scammed. So if you're into kind of low-key, not scammy offers, Smurfwatch membership just might be for you. Oh yeah, I wanted to give another shout out. Like in my trek up towards Edmonton, kind of thinking back on another YouTuber, Chris. I don't know his last name. Chris, his channel is called The Essential Craftsman, and he's in Oregon. Don't know exactly where, but he does a lot of blacksmithing and carpentry and construction and equipment handling, and just kind of manly man skills channel. And he was talking about operating trailers on the open roads, and I kind of share his sentiment. Like, when you hook onto a trailer, you're essentially putting the rest of the motoring public at risk if your equipment is not up to speed. And you gotta check and recheck everything. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't cause harm to myself or anybody by having any equipment mishaps that could have been prevented. So I felt it was worthwhile to spend a few extra Canadian pesos to get this rig completely roadworthy. But yeah, he said the moment you hook onto that trailer, it's like it's kind of a whole different ballgame. So I've always felt that. I don't like pulling trailers generally. The happiest part of the trip is when you can drop that trailer and unhook from it. And that's all I have to say about that. But shout out to Essential Craftsman. If you're into manly man skills, check out his channel. And yeah, so I guess the plan in the short term is get my RV parking situation settled, and then I think as soon as possible I want to make a trip out to the west coast of BC, do some visiting with family and friends out there. Apparently it's nice and mild and good weather out Vancouver and Vancouver Island right now. Normally it's rainy and cold this time of year, but it seems to be much more moderate and warmer. And my destination for today will be much warmer. Like, it really cooled down across the prairies this week. Back home it got into the major negative temperatures. The snow and cold weather just hit. So. All right, well, we're coming up to the 2-lane highway. The divided highway ends, so I think we'll end the stream. I gotta watch as I enter the national park that the federales are all happy with my conduct. I'm gonna make sure I don't tell them off as I drive past the gate. So we'll catch you soon. It won't be a week before you hear from me again. So thanks for coming, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.